Hey guys, it's Riley at Riley's Thrifted over on Instagram and Poshmark, and today I'm here with another bins haul. So there are actually 3 bins hauls in my car right now, which is why I need to film, because I need to get three trips worth of stuff out of my car. If the outside noises are just a little loud in this video, I will just film the rest of these hauls inside, so we're just gonna do one right now. And I think the one I'm gonna share with you, unload, because it's the one that's in front, is actually the smallest of the 3 hauls, potentially. I think I spent the least on it. I spent like $77, and at my bins it's $1.29 per pound. So whatever that math is. If you don't know who I am Riley, a full-time reseller on Poshmark. I only sell on Poshmark. So all the stuff that I purchased, I'm sharing with you, will be listed on oh, there's a noisy thing. So everything I'm listing will only be listed on Poshmark. However, I pick up kids' clothes to sell at Once Upon a Child, and more trendy styles that I have a hard time selling on Poshmark, those go to Buffalo Exchange and Crossroads, where I do in-store credit. And so since I have not yet sorted these 3 hauls, I will just be sharing everything. Honestly, the kids' clothes I usually kind of cut down on because there's so many of them and it's nothing special. It's just Carter's and Cat and Jack and whatever other kids brands exist that aren't worth reselling on Poshmark. So let's just get into the haul. This day I actually went with my friend slash dog sitting client Charlotte. Oh my god, these planes are bad today. She is not a reseller, but she's very interested in reselling. She thinks it's fascinating. So occasionally she likes to go thrifting with me. We've gone to regular Goodwills, and this is our second time going to the bins together, but the first time ever going to the Romeoville, Illinois location together. And she was a little overwhelmed, which, fair. Bins are overwhelming for the majority of people, I'd say, even some resellers. So we only stayed about 2 hours, and honestly it wasn't that great of a day. I even ran into another reseller I know who drives up like 2 hours from more southern Illinois, and she told me, she's like, yeah, it hasn't been great today. And I'm like, man, I can tell. But I still walked away with some stuff to resell. So let's see what I grabbed. I think this was actually like one of my first finds. It is a pair of Levi's, and they're the better Levi's because they have this like premium quality patch. That's, from what I've heard, is the one that's sold at like Nordstrom and Revolve, and there's another airplane, I'm gonna kill someone. So this is a Levi style I've never heard of before, but I am assuming it will do well. It's called the Baggy Dad, and that just seems like exactly what people are looking for these days. So they're distressed and baggy, and they're the good one. They're size 27. I didn't check comps, so I just figured these were a good one. I don't know how to date Levi's. I know some people know how to date them. There's put like date codes in there. I don't, and I don't really care. I just know these are recent. And I would think, unless the style is oversaturated, I would think at least $30 on these. And I don't know my cost of goods yet because I haven't calculated it. If I have calculated my cost of goods before this video is posted, it's on the screen. The reason that my cost of goods is higher is because I buy a lot of shoes, which are heavier, and also I don't take a cost of goods for the kids items. I take the Once Upon a Child. I just put the weight of those, which is honestly probably like 15 pounds max, into my items through Poshmark. This was actually another one of my first finds of the day. It is an And Other Stories piece, which is related to H&M somehow, I believe. So is COS, and I believe H&M is in that, And Other Stories is in that family. This looked brand new when I grabbed it because it had like plastic pieces holding the straps on, but I took the plastic pieces off. And this is a size large. It's a wrap sweater. This will be great to list come August. It's polyester acrylic with the teeniest, tiniest bit of wool, so nothing too special. I would assume this is about a $25, maybe if I'm lucky, $30 sale. Last September, I bought a box of And Other Stories from Helpsy Source, and so I definitely learned some about the brand. I think it's a great brand to pick up at the bins, especially more recent pieces, because I feel like 20 to 25 is a safe range for an expected sold on And Other Stories, whether it's a dress, a sweater, a pair of pants. Tops will go probably a little bit less, so a good bins pickup. Okay, this was a brand I had never heard of. And honestly, if it didn't have a tag attached, I would have thrown it back. It is called Lee and Viola, but it was new with tags. And so when I looked at the new with tags, it said it retailed for sorry, my face is cut out, $130. And so this is the style. It's like, okay, like I think it would be cute. I probably would have wanted this blouse maybe back in 2019, and so I'd say probably dates around then. It was at Goodwill for $6 and never sold. Anyway, so I threw it in my cart to look up, and I was like, you know, if worst comes to worst, it's got the 130 retail on it, so I could probably take it to buy, sell, trade. But it looks like it was sold on Anthropology, so I'll do some research on this piece and see if I can find where this piece was sold. But potentially Anthropology, I doubt. Yeah, it doesn't have the RN for Anthropology though. It doesn't feel high quality. The $130 sticker price shocked me. This is actually from a brand I've never picked up before, but a few years ago I was actually looking at shopping on there for myself. I think it's an Asian brand, possibly Singapore. It's called Shopo. And I'd say they're fast fashion, but maybe more of the retail like Zara as opposed to Forever 21 prices. And so I decided to give it a try. They make cute trendy pieces. It's a floral dress with this like little, I don't even know, trim. It's missing a button, but since I wanted to try out the brand, I don't think it will sell for a lot, but I have like a thing of buttons, so it'll probably take me 3 minutes to sew a button on, and then hopefully it will be a $25 sale minimum, maybe up to 30. I don't think I'd ever heard of this brand before. It was Sorella Vita, and I sell a lot of formal wear, often pieces I get from Last Chance, but I'm always happy to find a formal wear piece in the bins, especially this one is plus size. So I looked it up, and it seems to be a bridesmaids dress brand, but I couldn't find any retail prices on it. It was always like I did it comps fast, but the few websites I checked were like check availability and like, you know, make an appointment or whatever. So I would assume just if it feels like good quality, and if it's in the general bridesmaid price range, this is probably like $250 or under. I thought this was fun. It's a Trader Joe's shirt, and I probably would have left it because it's not my size. It's a small and looks like an extra small. But I had just seen one like 2 weeks ago at Crossroads, this like exact same shirt. So hopefully they've sold that one and they want to buy this one from me. I guess I could also see if they're selling at Poshmark, but I feel like Crossroads is a safer bet. Then I found this in a bin that I don't think produced anything else, but I could tell it was a really good quality coat, but it's reversible. So there were no tags on either side, and I actually still haven't found the tag. But I was like, okay, let me check the zipper for a logo. And I don't think you can really see, but it says Athleta. And so I think this probably got left behind. One, because it's a coat and we're in summer. And I think in general, people don't like to pick up coats in the bins because of weight. But honestly, this cost me like under $5 if we're going by weight, but I average out my cost of goods, which is a great deal for a good condition Athleta coat. I did not check comps, and I didn't really look. I don't know what it's filled with. I see feathers coming out though, so probably down. This is probably like a $250 coat, and hopefully, oh, I did know this. There are like a few little white paint marks, but still, I think this coat could go easily for $60. Now we're gonna get into some shoes, and then I have a few more clothing items from this day to show you. I got this for Olive. She'll just destroy it, so I usually, when I get her backyard toys, pick them up cheap. And then so these are two things I'm taking to Once Upon a Child. They're snow boots, both from Cat and Jack line at Target, and Goodwill wanted $4 for these, and they never sold, and I don't see a price on these ones. These ones are just super cute. I've tried to sell their snow boots before, and they sat around forever before selling for like $10. And I actually grabbed a third pair, and I went to Once Upon a Child yesterday, and they bought that pair. So in June, they buy year round, and not like Plato's Closet, who's like, yeah, we buy year round, like air quotes. No, Once Upon a Child actually buys stuff year round. So I already sold one of them to them, and then they'll should accept these two. One note with sizes: if you're trying to sell to Once Upon a Child, at least my locations, don't buy shoes without a size, and I also think that goes for clothing. But so I'm very careful about picking up shoes that have a clearly marked size, because I've been burned multiple times and shoes are heavier. Somebody threw these back in a bin I was digging in, and I know why, because they're pretty dirty here. They're Doc Martens, obviously, and also the tread is worn down here. And so I looked at them and I was like, oh dude, I don't know if I want to clean these up, and the tread's worn down. But so I threw them back, and then I like thought about it for like 4 minutes. No one else grabbed them, probably because they're dirty. And I was like, you know what, I clean shoes all the time and I like cleaning shoes. Why don't I want to get these and sell them like clean? I mean, I will still disclose the tread is worn down, but still, these should be with the worn down tread at least $30 to $35. I will check comps to see what this condition is going for. But in the bins, again, that's a good flip. I grabbed these Tiva sandals, and Tiva sandals don't do like spectacular. They can do okay, but these ones are leather, and so I thought they might go for more. And they were funky. Look at this, how the toe goes. At first I thought they were damaged, but the other toe is like that too, and I guess they still could be damaged, but I think it's a stylized choice. And so these give it very granola, not girl because they're men's, very gorp core. So I'm gonna try them out this summer and maybe get $20 for these ones since they're leather. I have no experience selling this brand. I think I just learned about it and learned that it was a good brand. It is Kuru, potentially. This is the logo. These ones are worn on this shoe. This, like, there's splitting right there a little bit, but that's okay. These are just like a slipper, slip-on outdoor shoe, whatever you want to use them for. I'm not too concerned about it. I want to try out the brand. I mean, and if it's a good brand, like people say, damaged, these should still sell for at least $20, which at the bins for shoes, I'm really happy with the $20 sale. I actually got a decent pile of nice leather boots at the bins this day, and again, I think it's because we're in June and people are just not thinking ahead. So I have a nice pile of boots going that I'm going to end up pulling out come late summer and start listing. So these are Born. I really like selling Born boots, especially tall leather boots like this. I've had luck selling them for like $40 to $60. So these ones have a little bit of damage on the toe, and it's just like a cosmetic flaw. You can see this mark right here. So I considered throwing them back, but I was like, no, I can still sell these at least $25 with the damage there, because everything else is in super good condition. These are Clarks. I didn't know these are Clarks, which I have like a love-hate relationship because I can never figure out what's gonna sell and what's not gonna sell. Like, I sold the ugliest pair of like athletic Clarks in a day, not for much, but I got them at the bins. And then like I sit on nice leather boots for a long time from Clarks, but I still pick them up, especially a nice leather boot like this with this lace-up detail, and they just need some leather conditioner. They were $10. I probably would not have paid $10 at Goodwill, maybe if they made it to half off day, but I'm happy to pick them up at the bins. Potentially I've sold these before that I got from Last Chance. These are soft boots, and I do like soft. It's like in the same category as Born for me. And so the leather boots have done well for me, and especially these ones with the lace up back, I think that will do very well. And again, they just have some scuffing on the toes, so some leather conditioner will make that look nicer. Maybe a $40 sale on these. I think I got less shoes than I thought I did. These are Aldo. And I will say, the last 2 times I've gone, I found a lot of really great singles and could not find the matches. And actually yesterday when I went, not this haul, another one you're gonna see, we stayed to the last, like literally 5 minutes. They're like, get in line, we're closing the store. They weren't rude, but they were closing. And my sister and I were digging for my singles and we could not find them. So I'm like, are they getting bad with shoes? Because they've always been really good with putting shoes out with their mate. So if you see a shoe you want, you can almost always at least find the pair in another bin. But I've left like 30 good singles at least in the last trips I've gone, so I'm wondering if they're getting bad about making sure that mates are out together on the same day in the same rotations. Okay, so that aside, these are Aldo boots, and I don't know if they're vintage or not. They're very funky, so I thought the style would help sell. I'll probably tag them Y2K. They feel like they could be, and unfortunately Goodwill put the sticker right there, so hopefully that does not leave any damage, but they will just need a leather conditioner. And actually I do have luck with mall brand shoes like Aldo and Nine West, and I don't pick up every pair I see, but if I see a cool pair or a classic pair potentially, I will pick them up because I can usually get 20 to 25 for average mall brand shoes. These ones will probably go at least 30 since they're more substantial. These are Madewell boots, Chelsea boots from Madewell, size 6, and they were $7 at Goodwill. I would have considered paying that. They need some leather conditioner on the toes, but what I've been noticing is that I've been getting pretty much every binge trip at least one pair of Madewell boots, and I've been seeing some at regular Goodwill as well. And I know we all know Madewell is not worth as much as it used to be, but I'm wondering if the boots are going to be less popular. Like, usually you could still get a good amount for their boots, like at least $40 for their leather boots, but I'm wondering, since I'm seeing a lot getting donated, if they're just not going to be as sought after anymore. If people are over the Madewell leather boots, I don't know, we'll find out. Charlotte actually found these boots. She just picked it up and was like, oh, this is funky, and I was like, oh, what is it? And it is Jeffrey Campbell, which is my personal favorite shoe designer to wear. I just like his styles. This is not their newest logo. It's probably, I don't know, 4 years old. And funny thing, these actually came from Last Chance, where they were $30-something. She found the single, and then she found the match in another bin, so I was able to purchase these, and at Goodwill they were $7. I might have paid $7 for them. I have luck with Jeffrey Campbell, but I have heard some people saying they don't. So do your own research. So I think this is actually the last pair of shoes. These are Danskos. And these, I mean, I still test them, but these aren't the ones that you need to worry about as much with dry rot. They are a leather laser cut sneaker. I have not sold a style like this before. And again, another brand people are like, oh, it's going downhill, but it's still a notable brand that people are still searching for, so I'll buy it when all it needs is just some leather conditioner to make it look nice. This was my first find of the day. It is a girl's Eddie Bauer coat, and I actually sold one when we were coming out of winter, so I have this one and I think another one to get listed for this coming winter season. And this one actually has the zip outable liner, so I think that can be worn as a separate jacket. So I think this one is actually like nicer than the one I sold before, so I'm hoping like 20 to 25 on this. I have like I don't think I've really ever sold an Aerie bra. Maybe I've sold like one that was mine like a long time ago. Now I can't find the tag. Dang it. How did I know? Oh, it's printed on there, super light. Okay. Aerie 36B. You probably can't even see. Oh, maybe you can a little. Anyway, this is just like a, honestly, more of a bralette. I'm surprised this has a bra size because the back isn't adjustable. But I figured this is in super good condition. I would give this Aerie bralette thing a try and see if it's worth picking up at the bins. I grabbed these Express jeans. I believe they're men's because of the size. They're athletic skinny at 30-30, so it sounds like men's to me. They're $7 at Goodwill. They're just in really good condition, and they feel like a better quality jean. Like, the denim quality actually feels pretty nice on these, and I mean, I don't know if they've ever been worn. This patch shows like nowhere. So I don't think I have any experience selling Express men's, but I do sell Express women's from the bins occasionally for like 20 bucks. I haven't decided what I'm doing with this. This is a Woolrich shirt, which is not like the best brand, but it's a fun print men's kayak little button front shirt. So I might try this at Buy Sell Trade first, and if they buy it, cool, and if they don't, then I'll list it, or I could even check comps first and see how it's doing. Either way, it will get sold. Well, it will get sold to Buy Sell Trade or be listed by me and hopefully sold. This is for Buy Sell Trade. It is a Princess Polly dress. They say they don't buy fast fashion, however they do buy Princess Polly and Zara and sometimes H&M, and if that's not fast fashion. Anyway, it's just a cute little smocked bodice, square neckline dress. And if they don't buy it, I'm sure I can list this and get like $17, $18 for it, but I'd rather take it to them first and get like $9 to trade in for something better. Charlotte actually found this for me. It is a vintage Guess shirt, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Like, I don't think buy sell trade would take this, but I feel like maybe I shouldn't have got it. I feel like I might have a hard time selling it, but it is that vintage tag, so I'll do some research, maybe see if buy sell trade wants it first. If it had a logo, I'm sure it would do better, but it has no logo. This I actually found under a pile of kids clothes. I was digging in that bin for kids clothes, and then I found this and I was like, cool. It is White Plus Wharton, which they are expensive knitwear brand. I've only found their knitwear. I think they also do home goods, and they usually use high quality fabrics. This one is a polyamide wool blend, and there's actually not a whole lot of wool, but it's a nice, like, buttons at the side, and then it's a cardigan. And these pieces retail for like hundreds of dollars, but they take forever to sell. I got a really nice cashmere sweater last winter and it didn't sell through the winter, so I'm gonna have to relist it and drop the price on it, but at the bins I'll try it. This is Intimately Free People, and I really don't like the style of this dress. I actually really don't like Intimately Free People. It doesn't usually do well for me. That is the Intimately tag. It is a red lace dress. I found this in a picked over bin. Were they rolling that away? Yeah. Actually, I'll show you. I pulled out a few pieces from the bin, and literally they were rolling it away while I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, bye. Stuff that I don't get to look through. It's crazy how much good stuff just never gets sold at the bins. Anyway, this I'll probably take to buy sell trade first, and if they don't want it, then I'll list it myself, just because I don't like Intimately Free People. These are two kids Zara pieces that I might lot up together because I feel like these aren't substantial enough to sell on their own. They're both 18 to 24 months. These are just like a little cheetah pant, which if I didn't have anything to lot it up with, I would take to Once Upon a Child. But these are like a brown corduroy pant that is also the same size from Zara. And like, I feel like I could sell these by themselves for about $10, which I know is not a lot. But I feel like, I don't know, these feel like they give a little more boy vibes than girl vibes, but they're similar colorway. They're both pants, so I figured I'd lot them up together. And if they don't move, then take them to Once Upon a Child. This is for buy sell trade. It's just a BDG skirt, and honestly, I don't know if they'll take this. And I really don't like selling Urban Outfitters, so hopefully they take this. Also for buy sell trade, I probably would have picked this up based on that like Y2K style. It's mesh, semi-sheer, but also it is BCBG Max Azria. It was $5 at Goodwill and never sold. I just feel like this is a classic Y2K piece, so hopefully they want that. And if they don't, I could try to sell it. I just don't have much luck selling stuff based off a style, but at least that has the BCBG Max Azria brand. These are actually two pieces from the same brand that I learned about this day. I found this piece first. It is called the Normal brand. It looks like it does okay. I probably wouldn't have paid mainline $7 at Goodwill for it. I don't think so. Maybe if it was more substantial, but this is just like a little men's tee with a button detail. And so I grabbed this one. And then I found this one afterwards, and this one is even less substantial. This one was $5 at Goodwill. Again, it is Normal brand, a little bit different logo there. Also, they're both men's extra small. And this one is just an orange pocket tee. And this one actually looks more feminine. So maybe I'll see if they make women's, but then this seems like it'd be like a small or medium women's, so it's probably a men's. It's just with the curved hem, it looks a little more feminine. Anyway, this one might go to buy sell trade. That one might get listed. It is really soft. Little cotton spandex. Yeah, nothing special, just soft. I don't know. I feel like this one is only gonna sell for like $12. So buy sell trade would probably be better for the orange one. And this was actually right on top of a bin, same one as the Free People, and actually that orange shirt that they rolled away while I was still looking. Like, I didn't know they were gonna move those bins. I was just over there looking through some bins, and they're like, time for these ones to leave. My bins actually rotate. The Romeoville ones, they rotate pretty frequently. I'd say like in Wisconsin, when I was going to the racing ones, I'd say they rotated like every maybe 20 to 25 to 30 minutes. and it wouldn't be surprising if there was a random period where they didn't, but Romeoville really feels like they're rotating every 10 to 15 minutes, which is crazy. And also they pack the bins high. If you've been to those ones, they pack them. It's so hard to look through everything. It's so hard to sort stuff. I don't know if I've ever looked through an entire bin completely. That should be a video where I just touch every single item in one bin. That's how I used to go through the bins, but it's almost impossible to do that at Romeoville now. Anyway, this was just sitting on top of the bin. Free people, We the Free. I don't love We the Free. If it's a more basic piece, I often take it to buy, sell, trade, but this one is just a cute little khaki colored pullover, and then it has these patchwork details in the back, and I think it will do well. These sleeves, if it's not oversaturated. If it's oversaturated, I usually still list it if I've already taken pictures of it. I could do comps first, and sometimes I do, but since I have the intention to list it, I'll photograph it, and if I realize it's oversaturated, then I just undercut everybody else to try and get mine sold. And it was $8 at Goodwill. I probably would have passed on this for $8 without checking comps at least. This seemed to me like it's like a ethnic cultural dress of some sort, but I could tell it was great quality. And my bins get a lot of like saris, and there's other names for them, like Pakistani dresses, and I looked a nice one up once, and that one actually sold for like $35, and I have a few other listed. So this one just felt like this embroidery is some of the highest quality embroidery I've literally ever felt. It is so thick, there's not a single snag in it, and then this fabric is just really beautiful. And then again, it's got this embroidery on the bottom. Don't worry, that's not a flat, it's just a string. So I looked up this brand, and I forgot what it says because it's a little bit cursive-y and not quite an English word. So it's May something by Renew Tandon. And so I looked it up, and it does seem to be potentially Indian dresses, maybe Turkish, maybe it was Turkish. And it was like a designer, and she had an Instagram page, and I looked at her website, and it wasn't in USD currency. But then I tried to again, this is all at the bins, and this again was going to be in a bin that was going to be rolled away. So I tried to then put in their currency to USD to try and get a retail price, and it was high. It was in the thousands for some of the more extravagant dresses. So I was like, okay, whatever, I can tell it's good quality. This brand is some pieces retail in the thousands, let's just try it. So it's just, the quality is seriously really shocking on this embroidery. I'd never seen anything this high quality embroidered. So hopefully this is a good find. And if not, then I just get to list a beautiful dress and sit on it forever. Okay, I picked this up knowing it had flaws. It is Wearables by XCVI. So it's a leg and look brand. So if you see this tag, it just says Wearables. It doesn't say XCVI. They're the same brand. I don't know what makes them different, but they're both sold on the same website. So this is a skirt. I've had better luck with their bottoms than other things. It has a little lace-up side detail, but unfortunately it has like 2 faint bleach marks right there. You can see them. So it's not terrible. If they were worse, I would have thrown it back, but I figured this is still like an $18 piece with those flaws. I would not have paid $6 at Goodwill. Maybe if it was in perfect condition, I would have paid that. Still, it wouldn't be a big flip. And I think this is actually the last piece I got to share with you guys from this haul. American Eagle jeans, and I think these are actually men's. I don't find a lot of men's American Eagle. They are the slim straight, sounds like a men's style. 3430, sounds like a men's size, from 2021. So they're in good condition. I would think I could sell these for $20. And then the rest of the stuff in this bag is like halfway full of just kids clothes to take to Once Upon a Child. So as I said, brands like this Gymboree shirt, new with tags. It was on sale for $9. I might take that off, I might not. They wouldn't even price it at $9. So this is a girls Carter's shirt that was priced at $3 at Goodwill. This is just an adorable Carter's little one-piece jumpsuit thing. And here is an adorable Old Navy little one piece. So pretty much all the kids clothes I take them come from like those brands. Cat and Jack. I don't usually bring them Walmart because they told me they don't really like Walmart, but they'll take it if it's new with tags. I do take them pretty much every Gap piece I pick up because I have a hard time selling Gap kids stuff. But yeah, I take them a tote full and they usually buy at least half of it, and I usually get at least 40 bucks, usually more like $70. So that's a nice way to get cash. And guys, that is my haul. Yes, I still have this stuff is all from one haul, and then I have this stuff in the middle row from yesterday's haul. So lots more stuff to haul. It's getting hot, so I'm gonna go inside and process this stuff and then list the rest of the day, because I listed 12 yesterday, which is not the goal, but I slacked off Friday, Saturday. I spent some really nice time with my family, but totally only listed one item each day. So 2 items Friday, Saturday. So I gotta make up for that this week. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. That's not a thumbs up, a thumbs up. And subscribe if so inclined, because I have more bin stuff to haul. That is all from me today. Goodbye.